up, Jesus? Give me a second here. I can't find my mouse. There we go. And we are live for the Utah Mammoth, the Boston Bruins. Taking a real quick look at what to expect. After a 3-1 start, the Bruins have lost 2, including the 6-5 loss to Vegas, and then getting whooped 4-1 last night by Colorado. On the other side, the Mammoth sitting at 3-2-0. Went 2 wins, lost, win, lost, 2 wins. So they're sitting pretty good. 6-3 over San Jose last game. 3-1 over Calgary. So just a piece of the Calgary self-destruction. By the way, buddy, I did say what's up. The music was playing, so just want to make sure I say what's up again, man. So well, actually, now that I think about it, Colorado beating Boston 4-1. Word, buddy. Colorado beating Boston 4-1 was a little surprising to me. I believe it was in... Damn it, I just had it. I want to say it was in Colorado, but I have to check again. Damn it, come on. Wait, what did I just do? That Bruins. Yeah, it was Oh, did I get this backwards? I did get this backwards. Hang on, I gotta do some quick editing. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure. Here, give me 1 sec. Let me fix this real quick. Okay. That's fine. We'll move that over. There we go. Cool. But the biggest thing is I somewhat know what to expect out of, or what I was trying to say is I somewhat know to expect something out of Boston, or what to expect out of Boston. But I'm not 100% sure what to expect out of Utah. Okay, I got that one right at least. So like I said, I am kind of confused out of what to expect out of Boston because they played well against us and got whooped by Colorado. Shout out to Colorado. But yeah, so I thought I knew what to expect out of them, but I was surprised to see what happened yesterday. And then with the Mammoth, I just don't know what to expect. I haven't watched them at all. I went and looked at their roster, and I want to say, I think it was Tanev. That might even be the wrong name. I know Schmitty's over there, and I know Ollie. I can't remember Ollie's last name now. But even looking at the roster, I'm like, shit. Okay, here we go. Hang on, let me look at the roster real quick, because I just said it. Said who the Mammoth beat, but now I can't remember. Yeah, Brandon Tanev, and then Ollie Mata and Nate Schmidt. Otherwise, I really don't know who these people are. San Jose, that's who it was. They beat San Jose 6-3. Curious who they're going to play, because Vizmelka had a time last year. He had a couple of really, really good games. Nope, it's Vanacek. I'm actually I'm all right with seeing Vanacek play. I've seen Vizmelka play enough. Right now, got Green Bay, Carolina up while we wait for puck drop. Bad throw. Guy wide open. Makes a bad throw. I know how that goes as a Hurricanes fan. I'm still upset about it. Oh, well. Should be getting a puck drop any minute here. Ah, shit. Hang on. I'm guessing another game's on. Let me check. See what we're waiting for. I'll bring up the other game. So this is this one and NESN. NESN. Nope, looks like they are still doing intros and stuff. Oh no, the guys are lined up. Yeah, okay, we're getting ready to start. Like, shit, are we waiting for another game to finish or what? But while I was checking on that, we had puck drop. And right away, first stoppage as the puck goes into the bench. I'm going to be trying to learn these guys' names as we go, but so I know a little bit of Boston. They have enough guys around, and most of their guys are known, but I'm going to be confused except for Schmitty. Boston from the red line tossing it in. Puck behind Vanacek, swung around to the point, shot. Spinning out of the way, doesn't make the net. I don't think Vanacek ever saw that. Puck in the low corner of the Mammoth zone. To the point. Skating it in, top of the low circle, dot. Baseline throws it across the crease. Someone, Pasta, got taken down. All right, let me see if I should be watching this one or this one. Definitely this one. Okay. Oh, wait. How about this guy? Yep, definitely this one. Cool. Just over 45 seconds gone in the start of this game. Mammoth able to get control of it in their own zone through neutral. And a light toss in that's offsides. Kind of whiffed on it, popped it up. Zadorov going right in, taking a check as he crosses the blue line, headed back to his spot. Little fight going on down on the low board. Sorry, little battle. Oop, almost too many men. Mammoth heading out. Bruins able to chase it down. They'll come out of their zone. There it is. Misses the shot on net from a couple feet short of the red line. We'll go ahead and face off in front of. I already looked. Who did I say was goalie for them? It's not for Boston. It's not Swayman. It's the other one. Oh, I've got the list right here. Corpusalo. All right. Who gloves that one off of the face-off? Beat you. Yeah, I'm going to struggle with these guys. See, the Ducks and the Blackhawks are playing. Don't really have intention of watching that, but we might peek in on it, determine, and decide. Words are hard sometimes. We might check in on that one depending on the offset of intermissions. Took the under 6.5. Are you surprised? Uh, eh, I'm not surprised. Okay, I should answer that part of it. I'm not surprised. I don't know. I'm more surprised you're betting on a very up in the air. We neither of us really have a clue type of game, but I appreciate it. I respect it. There's somebody that can't give me shit. Nice, brother. Word for sure. I'm around, man. You know I'll be around whenever you're free. But yeah, it's definitely not like it's not the wildest bet you've ever taken. I really, again, I'm trying to run through like Boston only scored 1 last night, 5 the other day. Calgary scored 6 and I think 4. So, like I said, knowing nothing else, it sounds like a good line. Ooh, spinning shot, fought off, right back to him. Mammoth getting more opportunities to the middle, down to the low circle into the corner. Mammoth had to start taking shots, man. I mean, I know Boston doesn't have any either, but they just had 4 opportunities to put something on net, and they just kept passing it and waiting and then skating it and just letting the gaps close. Big attack. Isamov fought off. I think it's Isamont. Behind the net, trying to get it out front. And Mammoth, they're able to get it out. Puck back right into the Utah zone, swallowed up by Vanacek. All right, real quick while we have a stoppage. The Vancouver Canucks beat Washington Capitals 4-3 in Washington. And the Red Wings. See, I knew I should have done that game. That game was at 12:30, but I had stuff to do. Like, I needed to go to the store. I was still doing stuff around the house. So I was like, no, I'm not going to stream it. Because it was either going to be stream that one or stream this one. And as much as I had a feeling Detroit would beat Edmonton, I really wanted to watch this game because I wanted to watch Utah. I haven't watched them. So I'm more interested in that. And Detroit beat Edmonton 4-2. You love to see it. Oh, we got a fight. I can't tell who's fighting. 47 and 38. That's all I know at the moment. So far, a couple of rights throw. Ooh, that's a good little jab shot to the ribs. Is that McAvoy? No. Dude, there you go. All right. Now that was a fight. I enjoyed that one. Not too many good hits. Kastelic and O'Brien. Said a couple of good throws from each side. Kastelic got a decent little jab and what looked like a little pop to the ribs. Dude, they're looking at each other like, let's go, motherfucker. And now it said Boston's on a power play. I'm curious what. Nope, never mind. That went away. Oh, shit, that hurt. All right, we're probably about 20 seconds behind. That's not too bad. Add in 5-second delay for the stream. Could be better, but that's not bad. Mammoth headed into the Boston zone. Fed up front, a little too far to reach. And now we do have a penalty. 3.5 gone in the first period, and Utah's going on the power play. It's going to be a hooking. On Lindholm. Okay. That actually makes a little bit of sense. Because, like I said, that feed to the middle was just out of reach, but If it wasn't called, I probably wouldn't have thought about it. But hearing the hooking call and seeing it was like, okay, yeah. No wonder he was just out of reach. Because it looked like a perfect play, perfect pass. So that makes a lot of sense. That had to come out. Nope. Mammoth keep it in for a moment, and then Boston sends it down. Shots are 2-2, 16-10 to go in the first period. A minute 35 to go on the power play. Utah head in. He had a lane, but he passed it across the point. They are set up, though. Circling around the low boards. Low circle. Down to the baseline. Skating to the baseline. Back to the point. Low point. Back to the baseline. To the middle. Shot goes straight up in the air, and the Utah Mammoth score. I gotta work on that shit. I'm better with the Knights. Anyway, where is it? Utah. The Mammoth crack it open at home. Yeah, it was. That's the power play, man. It was a great feed to the baseline, and they just gave old boy time to clear out and come back inside. And he had, oh wow. So Schmaltz is who gets the goal. He puts it off his teammate's back. He went to shoot it. He totally whiffed. If his teammate wasn't standing there, that thing goes 30 rows into the crowd. But since Cooley's standing there, it hits his back, pops straight up over Corpusalo, who he's sitting here like this when the buzzer goes off. Like he's waiting for something to happen. That was wild. But first go. Let's see, they should have the first name on here with it. Man, will y'all update the scoring quicker? Summary. Say it. All right, Schmaltz. That's all I know is Schmaltz scored. I'm trying to figure out all the other info, but whatever reason, they're not updating it. Puck down low, ball in the Utah zone. Utah able to force them to retreat back in. And Bruins finally get it out. They get in top of the low circle. Shot goes wide off a stick. Everybody on that shift on both sides was dead. You could see the half-ass, quote unquote half-ass. It was, you could see, I am giving everything I've got. There is nothing in the tank. Effort. That I shouldn't even said half-ass. That's not what I mean. In the low corner of the Mammoth zone, they get it out. Nope. Puck on the high boards. Little battle going on. And Boston keeps it in. Javon, what's happening, buddy? How's your Sunday been? Puck all the way around to the high corner, high point, throwing it at the net. It hits a Utah stick. Boston still has it, trying to feed it to the middle. And Schmaltz is going to get it cleared. It's been a beautiful Sunday afternoon, man. Bad when there's hockey on. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, and it's always a good day when the Oilers lose. So it's a double whammy. Climb trees all day. There you go. I can't tell if you're joking or possibly... Okay, I was going to say, I don't know if you're joking or, like, you do landscape shit and you're actually, like, legitimately, or lumberjack shit and you're cutting down trees. So I'm like, we'll go with that. An arborist. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, see, I didn't have that on the list, but I had a feeling something. I had a feeling that was a legit statement, and it just threw me off. No, right on, man. Yeah, dude, it's been windows open all day, all kinds of stuff done around the house. Went and did all the shopping. Dude, that is cracking me up watching the replay. Because, like I said, okay, it's Nick Schmaltz. Shoots, hits Cooley square in the back the entire time. Corpusalo, he's waiting for the puck, and it hits off dude's back, goes over his head and in, and the buzzer goes off, and he's still sitting here looking like, all right, any minute now he's going to shoot. Hockey has been very entertaining the last couple of days. I wish I would have streamed hockey on Friday instead of streaming the stupid Hurricanes. What up, Marcor? How you doing, buddy? Hey, man, sorry we had to put one on your boy last night. Sure, yeah, we did. Hey, man, everybody's entitled to their opinion. As far as I'm concerned, I could give a shit. It's the process. Honestly, wasn't even his fault last night. Nah, it really wasn't. You give us power plays, enough power plays, and it's yeah. You give us enough power play. It's not even it's yes, tough defense. The biggest thing is Vegas just pressured Calgary all night long. Like the first period, Calgary could not get out of their zone. And at the start of the second period, when we were up, I was like, okay, Vegas needs to come out and attack. Boy, did they. They kept pressuring in the offensive zone and just refused to let you guys get through neutral. And then once you did, Aiden Hill had one of the best games he's had in 2 years. So, yeah, it was a little combination. True. I know. That's why I got it that way. Like I said, I didn't apologize for putting one on the Flames. I apologize that we put one on Wolf. Oh, we're gonna get a penalty. Power play going to Boston. But yeah, Wolf had a lot of times where he looked really good. Like you said, he just didn't have any help in front of him. All right, 12:45 to go in the first. We are getting a tripping penalty to Utah. And there is no arguing that. Sergachev took down Pasta 5 feet away from the referee. You're not getting out of that one. All right, shots are 6-2 Boston. And here we go. We want to see his stats and act like he suck, but if you let Vegas dominate, you're going to get shot. Yeah. Dude, especially when we're scoring the way we're scoring. Like, there are not a lot of goalies who, I mean, a lot of goalies can give us problems. A lot of goalies can stop us. But right now, the way we're scoring, it's fucking insane, dude. We got, 12 goals in the last 2 games? I think we have 16 goals in the last 3. Like, Eichel has 15 points. Stoney has 13 points. Dorofeyev has 6 goals. Eichel has 5. Like, when we're scoring the way we're scoring, you have to be able to stop us. And, like, the biggest thing is you have to slow us down. You have to get in the way of the passing lanes, and you cannot give us the man advantage. And Calgary broke all those rules last night. So, yeah, it was no help for Wolfie. And like I said, I was talking about it last night, how I enjoy watching Wolf play and how much fun he's going to be to watch for years. But he needs some help. At the same time, Calgary's just, oof. You got 2 ways to describe Calgary. Oof and woof. Pinto's first in goals. Oh, did he take Doro's? Did he score? That's all right. Shot from the point. Puck goes all the way back. 20 seconds to go on the power play for Boston. 9 minutes gone in the first period. This guy's tied for second. Right on. Yeah, hey, you know what? The biggest thing for me, I want to see the Eichel and Stoney points keep building, but I've always looked at, I've never really cared, and this is just me, never really cared about having anybody on the scoring list because we typically end up with the most double-digit goal scorers, the most guys with a goal on the team, like things like that. Most scorers in the league, things like that. Because we spread, like all our goals are throughout all the lines. We have the scores more line, scores just a hair less line, and then just a hair less and just a hair less. And I've always taken pride in the fact that Vegas has a bunch of guys that score instead of one super stud. But as I'm getting to the butt, Marcor, you're 100% right. I love seeing Doro. The nose goal will forever be my favorite first NHL goal. Like that's going to be really hard to beat. And now our little boy's all grown up and on the top of the scoring list. Like that was awesome. I loved it. Pasta breaking in, trying to make a move. He loses the puck. Circles to the high point, shoots it, and hits a body in front. Dumb boy. Hey, attaboy. Get all that out of the way, and now you got nothing to worry about. 9 1/4 to go in the first. I was tied for second in goals. Okay. Yeah, because there were a couple of guys sitting at 5 when Doro and Pinto had 6. Okay, I'll say Utah couldn't get clear for a second. They finally do. All the way down. It's whiffed, and it's an icing. 8:53 to go in the first. Shots are 8-2 Boston. Scores 1-0 Utah. Oof. Shifley, McKinnon, Doro, and Jarvis. Okay, I remember Jarvis went to 6. Because Hurricanes. I watched the end of that game. I want to say it was against LA yesterday. We watched, it was, so we watched that. Did see that. McKinnon, of course. Shifley, not surprised. And then our boy. Oh, I'm trying not to sneeze. Puck in the Boston zone, out to neutral. Oh, Utah has it, coming back in. Don't lose it. Almost a good pass. Wrong-handed shot, though, so it would have been an interesting backhand. To the center, shooting. And Nate Schmidt gets stopped by Korpisalo. What just happened down there to number 9? That looked a little bit penalty-inducing, but there is no call. 8 minutes left in the first period. Puck on the low boards all the way out. Misses everybody. Utah in. Fighting. Nope. Couldn't control the puck. All right. We got ourselves a tennis match. Breaking in again is Utah. Shot. Swallowed up by Korpisalo. I'm great this year for Vancouver. Love to watch him play. Right on. Like I said, that's why I'm watching the Mammoth right now, is because I haven't seen the Mammoth play yet. So when I was looking at the games, I'm doing a lot more. Instead of just games that I'm like, oh, that would be, like I'm going to watch Florida-Tampa. I'm going to watch Toronto versus either of those two. Like I'm going to watch the games I expect some fireworks. But I want to watch more, even if it's supposed to be a blowout, I want to watch more just everybody. Like, get a much bigger vibe for everybody around the league. So record for hits last year. Nice. Okay. Well, then I like him already. I'm trying not to sneeze. But see, the big one will be this next week will be big because tomorrow we play Carolina. Real quick, nothing else I really want to see. And then we don't play till Saturday. 462 in a year. Attaboy. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff I want to see. But so we play tomorrow and then we don't play till Saturday. So it's like Devils, Maple Leafs, Oilers, Senators, Sharks, Islanders, Canucks, Pens. We might watch Canucks, Pens. Kraken, Capitals. Nope. 4:30 p.m. Panthers, Bruins on Tuesday. So tomorrow at 7, Carolina and Vegas. On Tuesday, I'm watching the Panthers and the Bruins. I 100% just decided that. Might watch the Avalanche. Might do a doubleheader. Probably not, but might. Wednesday, I don't like any of these games, but we'll probably watch the Red Wings and the Sabres just because I haven't watched them at all. They're 86. Dang, so he crushed it. Yeah, we got Wild and Devils or the Red Wings and the Sabres. I think I'm going to watch the Red Wings and the Sabres on Wednesday because, like I said, we haven't seen those. We haven't seen either of them play. Thursday, we'll probably do Pens and the Panthers. Ooh, but we got the Kings and the Stars. That should be a pretty good game, too. And then Friday, Friday's going to be determined later because I don't like any of those games. Puck out front, shot stopped. Korpisalo making a good save, and 26 breaks his stick. That's why he missed. I was curious. He had a wide open net. He flubbed it, but it's because he broke his stick. I want to bring up the name real quick. It was a defenseman. Simashev. Seeing hits. Nice. See, I like 3-3. Nice. I really like Lazon. Oh, they're gonna call it for tripping Geeky. I thought he had control of the puck and Geeky kind of hit the stick. I looked up last second, so that could sound ridiculous once I see the replay. But yeah, I actually really like Lazon. He's smaller than I thought he was. I wish he'd be cool to see him gain like 20 pounds. But he's ready to go any day of the week. That's a terrible tripping call. That is a phantom trip right there. That's one where the ref didn't see it, but the guy went down and his stick was in the general vicinity. All right, that shot for Boston goes off the boards. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of better versions of Kolasar, but I get what you're saying. Kolasar has always been soft. He has started playing He started playing a lot better last year, but he's too soft for me. He has moments of flair, but like, especially when you have Ryan Reeves, and then Kolasar comes in and he's supposed to be the new hammer, the up and coming enforcer, and he didn't learn dick from Ryan Reeves. That still irritates me about him. I mean, I don't know why not, so I could be mad at the wrong guy, but I wish Kolasar wasn't as soft as he is. Boston into the Mammoth zone. To the point, shot, fought off by Vanacek. Great right pad. Another shot from the point, bouncing puck, and it gets through. Pastrnak from the low goal line ties it up for the Bruins. I'll say it's a fuck ton. That's the big thing, because I said the most pathetic piece of shit in hockey right now is still Rempe. And I am so disappointed because you got this big old tall, ready to fight young buck, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. He has never made a hit that could even closely be considered clean. He has no idea what the idea of a clean hit is, and it is the most embarrassing thing to ever watch happen to an NHL player. Because, like, I was so ready, and then he is such a dog shit player. Like, he's so bad. He is useless except to add penalty minutes. And so it's like, now I don't get too excited about guys until I see them play a little bit. Like, you telling me discipline but hits a lot? Cool. I'll take your word for it. Like, I trust your opinion. But yeah, ever since Rempe, I'm like, fuck you all. Like, you're all trash until you can prove the cleanliness of the game. Oh, yep, just got another penalty coming. Nate Schmidt throws it back. Shot. What did it hit? It was a wide open net. And then Nate Schmidt misses again. 35 penalty minutes in record holding season. Yeah, no, that's perfect. You're right. That's the kind of guy that I like. Dude, Utah knocking on the door. Not able to get it buried. 4:40 to go in the first. I'm going to have to try and figure out something to smash real quick. I am starving. I should have ate before the game, but I was just too busy. Like, I do have some jalapeno cheddar brats. Also got 4 goals this year. He's been great. Nice. Right on, man. Yeah, I gotta look at something real quick. Man. Look real quick. Yeah, I just have to pan fry it. Okay, I can do it that way. Had 40 points last year while having all those hits on Vancouver. Yeah. No, right on, man. Like I said, I got to take your word for it. Definitely sounds like a dude that's fun to watch. All right, puck drop to the right of Corpusalo. Again, we are on a power play for Utah, and Boston gets it cleared to neutral. Straight through, fed up front, all the way back behind the net. To the point, across, midpoint, top of the low circle, baseline. To the low dot, skating it out to the middle, backhands it, top of the high circle, point, top of the high circle. Into the corner, fed around to the low boards. Looking again to the middle, Keller. Wrong guy. Keller made the pass. Anyway, back to the point. Baseline, high baseline. Boston's able to get it clear after a block shot. Good job, Corpusalo. Minute left on the Utah power play. Puck into the Boston zone. Trying to get it to the point, but it's cut off. Ooh, fed across. Utah able to keep it in midpoint. Top circle. Shot fought off by Korpisalo. 30 seconds left on the man advantage for Utah. 3 minutes to go in the opening period. Shots are 10-8 Boston. Puck in. Another trip that doesn't get called. Oh, trying to feed it out front. Stopped by Boston. Top dot. Feeding it across. And good sticks block the puck away. Back to even strength. Another shot ends up going up and out of play. Possibly off the glove of Korpisalo. And Nate Schmidt has some F-bombs on his way, for himself on his way to the bench. They're doing what I always complain about Vegas doing. They're keeping everything on the ice. They're attacking the pads. They're not attacking corners at all. They're attacking shoulders at all. So, Utah, get the puck in the air. Face off to the right of Korpisalo. Utah win it. Working their way in. Shot and save. Dude, I'm like, it's funny. After the game, I'm thinking I may go back to Albertsons. They had these chicken cordon bleus in the butcher section, and it's crusted ham and cheese, fresh chicken, and I forgot what brand they are, but I love the box version of those. Like I really love the cheddar broccoli stuffed chicken breast, but then the cordon bleus are like bomb. And I saw it, I debated. It was only like $6 or $5, but I'm like, I'm buying a bunch of other stuff for tonight. I don't really, Man, I am thinking about going back and getting that. Get a big ass potato to go with it. It is still 1-1. Now, would you like me to tell you what it actually is, or do you want me to just tell you that it's still 1-1? I'm kidding. It's still nobody scored yet. 2 minutes to go in the first period. Mammoth fighting to get it out of the zone. Oh no, somebody froze time. Fucking feed froze. There it goes. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second period because neither of these goals were, I mean, obviously they're both goals, but they were very like, how did that happen kind of goals. Boston's not as much, but we're not seeing all the great setups in the wide open nets. Ooh, right up close. And Korpisalo covers him up. Dude decided to get right up into Korpisalo's grill and start dancing. And dude just said, fuck you, and put his glove on the puck. How did they leave it? Yeah, they start clearing out. They start going on offense. That dude just got way too close. He needed to catch that, make a move, and shoot. If only these hacks would listen to me, clearly the superior hockey mind. Obviously, that's a joke. But you still got to say it from time to time. Oh, that's all. Yeah, that was offsides. All right, 52 and a half seconds. We're coming up on intermission. I want to hang out, but I need to find something to eat real quick. So I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff later, but I gotta find something that I can sit here and smash. Oh yeah, you know what? I made taco meat last night. I'll make myself a quick. Oh fuck! You know, it's the water should be cold enough. I forgot I pulled beef out and was thawing it. It's everybody tells me that I should write things down. The problem is I lose the list. And so it's so bad. But all right, puck back behind the Mammoth net. Utah's going to be able to work it out. Pass it slightly backwards. That looked a little bit too many minutes, but no call. 15 seconds to go as Vanacek passes it along the low boards. Schmaltz dumps it in from the red line. 6 seconds. Boston should be happy to chill. They're going to take the high road out. I mean, it's a high stake, but you're not blowing that fucking dead. That's the end of the quarter, or period. All right, sweet. At the end of one, we are tied up. Again, I don't know anybody for Utah except for Tanev, Malta, and Schmitty. So far, not too bad. Schmitty struggled a little bit. He's had a couple opportunities to score that he hasn't been able to bury. But with that, I am going to take just a few minutes to go and, like I said, grab some food. Let's see. Let's try No, okay. No, I didn't want that. I'm trying to filter. What do we got here? Let's do classical music for the BRB. Make it sound like we're sitting in an elevator. See you guys in a couple minutes. just a couple minutes early. I'd say a couple minutes early. I mean, about roughly 60 seconds early. While we wait for Utah and Boston, have up Anaheim and Chicago. Another couple of teams I haven't really watched much of, so they're going to be added to the list at some point. Kind of looking forward to the next week of hockey. As much fun as last night was, it's sweet to be able to watch a game and not care either way who wins. What up, D? Not a lot of good hockey going on so far. I mean, but dude, 15 minutes. So less than 5 minutes to go in the second period. Shots are 22-10 Anaheim. So Anaheim shooting like a son of a bitch on Chicago, but whoever's in net is just on fire. Who is in net for Chicago? Of course, I just gave them a compliment, so they're going to score now. Knight. I don't even know who this is. Spencer Knight. I feel like I should know that name. But I don't. I'm all shit every day. Right. Know how that goes. Oh, you know what? I do have to check on something real quick. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, okay. Been waiting for a package of carpet cleaner. Totally forgot about it. Sure enough, it was sitting out there. All right, we have dropped the puck for the second period in Utah. Damn, those seats are empty. I, I'm actually just trying to feed it out front. Good job protecting the puck, forcing it back to the back wall. And we have another penalty. Good Lord. To get Utah for slashing. I'll get a name in a second here. Yeah, that wasn't it. There it was. Not by much, but it was in his hands. Let's see, 77. Paterka. All right, low boards. Boston controlling up to the midpoint. Top of the high circle. Bottom of the high circle. Trying to go across. Can't find a space. A great stick knocks the puck away. And into the bench. Who was that? Cole. The great little poke check to force it away. Boston they get some good passes, and then they sit on the puck. And then they'll maybe get a shot, but they're passing and then sitting. And what they need to do is shoot the fucking puck. It sounds silly, but Pastrnak shoots and it goes off of Vanacek. But their passing looks great, and then they freeze the puck and then make a decision. Right there was much better with Pasternak's shot. But they go, instead of tic-tac-toe shoot, it's tic-tac-toe, let me skate it over here, tic-tac-toe, let me skate it over here. And then all the way, no, I thought it went all the way across. But yeah, Boston's just holding the puck too long before they shoot. Giving Vanacek all the time in the world to square up. And then a couple times just nobody in front of the net. Utah's able to clear it all the way down to Korpisalo. 60 seconds left on the power play, coming down to a minute and a half gone on the second period. Boston into the zone, passing it to the low side, going all the way around the net. Trying to get back to the point. Pastrnak sets up on the low circle, low baseline. Fighting to not give it away. He gets it up to the point. All the way across the blue line, low point. McAvoy back across the blue line, back to the high baseline. Low corner. Back to McAvoy, low point. Across the blue line. Back across the blue line, and McAvoy loses the puck. Possibly a miss slashing right there. 15 seconds left. Pastrnak has it. Boston can't get it through to the crease. Another shot. That one looks like it went off the blocker of Vanacek to the back wall. Pastrnak on the blue line. Down low. To the middle. Quick shot from Lindholm. Goes into the high corner. And we are back to full strength with 2.5 minutes gone in the second period. Schmitty dumps it in. Goes for a change. Ooh, a risky reach out by Korpisalo, but does a good job to make the puck unplayable. Back down behind the Boston net, up the low boards. Battle for it at the point. Puck's out. Nope, Boston took it right back in, but they buy some space. And is that going to be an icing? Nope, somebody touched it. Vanacek slinging it out. And the Utah clear their zone. Bruins back up to neutral and in. Ooh, battle for it. Somebody went down. It's just complete chaos. Puck goes into the low corner. Utah able to get out. Storming in. Leaving the puck back on the low boards. Feeding it around the back of the Boston net. Oh, trying to get it out front. Boston with some good sticks to take control of the puck. They clear their zone. Into Utah territory. Boston's going to go for a change. But it was a quick change. Already under pressure. Utah trying to clear out from behind their net. Still struggling on the high wall. Back behind the net. And out. Boston going right back in with it, though. Vanacek slows it down. And Utah has it. 2-on-2, 3-on-2 if Pasta hurries. Korpisalo swings the puck to the low boards. Ooh, this should be a good hit. Schmitty storming in. Big old head of speed and a big body, but his pass goes jumping over the guy's stick. Ooh, quick little move. Probably should have shot that. Schmitty again pitching down on the low boards. Getting it behind the net. It's going to go back down behind the net up the high boards to the point. Across the blue line. Schmitty. Oh, if that was a good pass, that was a good shot. Ends up in the skates of Nate Schmidt. Boston has it, and they clear. Ooh, that should be a tripping. It shouldn't be long at all. What do you mean? It's ultra low latency, so let's see. 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I'm like 4 or 5 seconds. Oh shit, Boston just scored. Shit, I was trying to look at that real quick. But it looks like Pasternak just scored. Yeah, I don't even see. Like, even on my screen and what I'm seeing on chat is all the same. Yeah, Pasternak, little give and go, and he just beats Vanacek. A good goal by Pasternak. Boston takes the lead for the first time with 14 minutes to go in the second period. Shots are 14-11 Boston. Utah into Boston territory behind Corbisalo. Utah's going to get there first. Off a skate. Goes out high. Misses the net on the shot from the point. Good shot there. Gets stopped out front. Utah's. Ooh, that should be a trip. And it is. Trip, hook, something like that. But yeah, like. Oh, nice. Okay, it is a hook. Goofy hooker. So, how's that been going? I haven't even looked at the game since Tuesday. Let's see if anybody scored in the Chicago game. Nope. Anaheim, Chicago still 0-0. Only one. The Ducks had 22 shots in 25 minutes. In the last 7 minutes, they've had one shot. Five a few times solo, though. Word. I said it's, for my money, if you know that run from res unit upstairs all the way across down to black and out, like, you know that loop, it's easy to start poking your head out and looking for guys because you always have that. Like, it's like my little safety net. So I can poke my head out. If I get shot at, I can just run away to where I know where everything is. And that's, I remember it not going well a couple times. Things aren't going through properly, censored by YouTube. Really? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. So let me try that again. Really? Man, YouTube is such a disaster. Twitch is, I have zero interest in even looking at, especially with what's going on. Can't write kill. That is absolutely insane. Because, of course, I have everything as, like, all the moderation turned off. Holy shit, that's annoying. Yeah, right? I was actually kind of thinking about that. Like, wait a minute. Dude, that's so annoying. Like I said, I have everything turned off, all the moderation turned off. Utah circling in the Boston zone to the high point, top of the high circle, high baseline, all the way across, shot, and he misses the net. He goes up high and wide. Ooh, Boston not able to clear. Oh, they'll clear this time though. That was dangerous, but Utah had already started vacating the zone. 12 minutes to go in the second period, 30 seconds left on the Utah man advantage. All right, send message to Discord, try to put it on here. Okay, we're Boston headed back the other way, 2-on-3. Ooh, good little knockdown of that pass. And Utah's back in. Go Mammoth, right on. Respect it. I'd be all right with the Mammoth winning. I don't like Boston, and Nate Schmidt is my boy. Schmitty from the blue line hits a body out front, and Corbisalo makes the save. That's not what I wanted to do. Well, that was 5th time. I call up him. Yeah. Dude, okay, so PMCs, all PMCs, no Raiders. I went through that before I reset. I kept going in. It's like if I was lucky, I would find a solo Raider when usually they're in groups of 3, or it was all PMCs. I went through the same thing. Now, yeah, you need 4 more. Dude, I feel that pain so much. I went through that trying to get my Raiders. So dude, especially when you get 6 or 7 PMC, like there's 2 groups of PMCs fighting each other, and you come up behind them and just wipe them out, and you're like, yeah. And there's 8 of them laying there, and you go, and they all have tags. It's like, oh, come on. I actually didn't see that offside. 10:55 to go in the second. Shots are 14-14. Boston up 2-1. Yeah, would love to see. Nate Schmidt has had some fantastic opportunities. Even though I say it regularly, I hate that defensemen are judged off goals and points. I get that points are a thing because it's they're throwing pucks in from the blue line, so goals maybe less, but assists. But I would love to see Nate Schmidt bury like 9 goals. I want to see my boy do good. Only 3 goals, I'll say so far. You're inching up to halfway through the game. So far, so good. Oh, I thought it was covered by the goalie, but I guess it was an icing. Yeah, O'Brien and Catalytic or Castellic, I think is his name, got in the fight earlier. Ever since then, it's been like, okay, it's some decent goaltending. Not the greatest hockey. A couple flashes of impressive stuff, but not a lot of follow through. That was a great glove save by Vanacek. See, like that. That's kind of what I mean. It's kind of a boring back and forth. Maybe someone holds control for a moment, and then you get a flash in the pan like this, where a guy skates right by four blue jerseys, gets the puck and gets the shot on net, but Vanacek makes the glove save. Like I said, that's all right. Keep it under 6.5. We're happy. I always forget I have to do this. Talk up close and personal with Carpus. Carpusolo? Carpusolo, yes. I did. My brain went blank hardcore for a minute there. But dude, an opportunity, great save by Corpusalo, and then another up front and close opportunity for Utah. He makes the save again. Awesome. Just like I said, these are the kind of games I love when Vegas isn't involved, because it hasn't been the most impressive hockey, but there's been some really good moments, and I already just said that, so sorry, I'm a little stoned. I don't mean to repeat myself. All right, just over halfway through the game. Utah all the way back into their own zone, high corner. Pass makes it through. Weak pass. Oh, that was dangerous. Boston goes right back the other way. A little bit of 3-on-3 action. Pasternak, they're going to let him skate right up. Good defense. Good stick by number 26. Utah right back the other way. Guy just happens to fall over. I don't know what the hell that was. Oh, okay. He did get tripped. I was like, I didn't see the stick hit his skate, but he went down like a stick hit his skate. That was odd looking. I thought he tripped. Fuck, I don't know what's going on in my neck, but it hurts like a motherfucker. Everything, like, went and got antibiotics and stuff for an infection, and everything got better, and then now it's getting worse. Fucking just killing me. But it's not like a sore throat. All right, we're going to wait for commercial, and then we're going on a Utah power play. Damn, dude. Okay, I'm actually going to go on a rant for a second, because I was like, you know what? Let me see if something's on Twitter that I can talk about. This chick's got a thing, a Panda Express. It's orange chicken and noodles. And you can see like a couple little pieces of like cabbage and maybe like 2 little pieces of onion, and the rest are noodles. That pisses me off so much, because I started getting rice only because I'm not a vegetable guy. And I started having to dig. It would take me 4 hours to find a fucking noodle. And I look at that plate and I am so fucking envious of that. Anyway, change some of that shit recently going on. Yeah. Like I said, they said I had an ear infection, so they gave me antibiotics. And it feels like there's a lump on the outside of my throat. And when I swallow, it's like the muscles and everything hurt. Like that hurts. So thinking it's a swollen. Oh, yep, nope, absolutely a trip on Boston. So it's like a swollen lymph node or something like that. And like I said, it started going away, and then it came, like, just in the last couple hours, it came back with a vengeance. So now I got to go, quick care. I'll just wake up and set the appointment, go tomorrow. It's like something's wrong with my ear. So every time I take a shower, like my ear doesn't keep the fluid, the water out. So I'm gonna have to like start wearing earplugs. Which I actually just thought about doing that, and I'm like, fuck, I should just start wearing earplugs. Maybe that'll actually help. Boston able to clear the puck out of the zone. 8:50 to go in the second. All the way down, all the way back. All right. Utah trying to set up with some speed. Nope. Low point, high point, top circle. Cycling back. You need to shoot that. He was on the dot. That should have been a shot. Down to the baseline. Top dot. Right up front between the legs. And Korpisalo makes the save. Fair enough on Cooley trying to make the play through the legs and up, but he was, again, too close. That's not the first time Cooley's been way too close for the move he's trying to make. .54 seconds to go on the Utah man advantage. I'll say it looked like somebody just got hit in the face with something. Right off the face off. I don't know if it was a follow through, if the puck came up or what. Utah from their own zone. 30 seconds left on the power play. Just under 8 minutes to go in the second period. Picked off. We've got a big opportunity for Boston. Big shot. Rebound. And both saved by Vanacek. And he is going to cover it up and take him to the face-off with 19 seconds left on the power play. Dude, I do like the Mammoth logo. Like, I think that logo's sick. But they should have gone with a Yeti as their mascot. Like how the Golden Knights, where the Golden Knights, we have the Knight, but our mascot is Chance the Gila Monster. I feel like Utah should have done that and done the Yeti or the Abominable Snowman or whatever you want to call them. But they went with a mammoth, so it's this skinny ass body on a monster of a head. So that looks a little goofy. Utah heading out across the red line. Into the zone. We're back to full strength. Puck comes flying back to Korpisalo. And McAvoy did not like that. Old boy took a little extra chance at getting the puck away from Korpisalo. You would think that would be enough to draw some kind of something, but I don't think so. Maybe it did. I'll say him getting escorted off the ice doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, see, if McAvoy would have just pinned him to the glass and kept him there, he'd have probably been all right. See, I said no penalty. He's just off the ice for a minute. Seven and a quarter to go in the second. Pasternak pitches it up ahead, swing and a miss. Utah able to get out of their own zone. Puck all the way across. See, Utah's passing is not... Oop, we have a chance. Schmaltz just got pushed into Korpisalo. Korpisalo tried to sell it, but no, he was absolutely pushed in. He's going to sit there and bitch. Ref should walk right up to him or skate right up to him and say, yeah, no. Your boy is the reason that happened. Deal with it. Great defensive stick by Boston. Utah almost getting a chance. Right back the other way. Pasternak takes a hard swing, puts it off the glass behind the net. Utah now storming back the other way. Right back to neutral. Ooh, what a job protecting the puck right there. That was actually impressive. I said, I wish I knew who more of these guys were so I could remember them. But I'm like, oop, Korpisalo goes flopping around in the crease. Zadorov take exception to something. That was a punch. They're going to send both of them. That's horseshit. How are you sending both of them? Dude just got punched in the face, and they're sending both of them. Holy shit. This is the officiating I hate. All right, one of you is being a complete asshole, so both of you need to go. I'm going to send a message to the team that's in the wrong by punishing both teams. I hate that shit. I mean, it was a scrum. It was your standard scrum. And then the Boston dude, who I think it was Zadorov, punched the guy in the mouth. And that's when the ref said, all right, nope, you just punched him. Both of you go. It's like, fucking disaster, dude. We'll see what happens. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, the interview. Damn it, I wanted to listen to that. I forgot that was... Okay. I'll leave that up for intermission. I never did end up making my tacos, so we'll run and do that so we can get through the third period a little bit more comfortable. Oh, let's just hurry up and get through this period. Yeah, like Geeky smashed Schmaltz. And it did, like, Korpisalo barely got touched, but he's complaining about that. And then Tanev's getting pushed. Okay, Tanev had a little more going on than Tanev was a little more aggressive than I thought he was. The fact that Zadorov got a punch in when Tanev was tied up, I don't like that shit. I know it happens. I don't like that shit. See, the Mammoth's down there in the bottom right corner if it pans all the way over again. Boston gets the puck below the net again. Backhand trying to feed it up front. It goes back out front. Yeah, so big old head, little body. But he's got the trunk he can whip around. So, I mean, helicopter. I'll give it to him. Utah headed into the Boston zone. 4-on-4. 45 seconds gone on the 4-on-4 is what I meant to say. Utah is going to be forced out back to neutral. Well, everybody's running into each other in Utah. That's not a good look. A little bit of hesitation was enough. Shots this period are 8-6 Bruins. Shots in total are 18-17. Boston. Puck all the way down, and we have an icing on Boston. Strong play of the game, huh? It's a good goal. Vanacek thought he had it, man. He made a hell of an effort, but that was a good goal. And then Pastrnak just beat his ass. That's all it is. Oh, he tied Bork for Boston all-time score. 395 goals. Oh, great stick. Quick shot. Lindholm could not beat Vanacek. Utah all the way back down, trying to get their chance at Korpisalo. Schmaltz across, and Utah scores. What a great pass. Where is it? That one. Just right across the crease to the awaiting Keller. 4:03 to go in the second. Shots are tied at 19 apiece. Just great cycle up at the blue line. Straight across the top of the crease. That is one of those, if you know the rules, that is a great play. If you're questionable about the rules, bullshit, that was a pick. But dude got to his position and stopped. He did not initiate contact. He didn't in any way go in. He got to his point and stood there. And so with that, he is entitled to the ice he is standing on without it being an interference penalty. But that is like as close to being a pick without being a pick that you might see. I mean, very clearly intentional as like interference, but done properly. That's a good job. Under 4 minutes to go in the second period. Oh man, somebody hit the stop time button again. It froze. Oh, we're back. Got to do the refresh and start over. Boston trying to work their way out of their own zone, and they do. 2-on-1 for Boston. Wait, and he shoots in a big save, Vanacek, and another save, Vanacek. He has been fantastic sticking with the puck after the first attempt. Like I said, he's let up a couple, but when they're storming in like that and there's a follow-up, he's doing a good job of recovering from the first save to get in the way for the second save. Just wait. Good defense on the pass. Oh, that wouldn't have been allowed anyway because that was definitely a clear kicking motion of the puck. But still, good job by Vanacek. I said I know Vanacek. I know the name. I can't remember where he's been, but he's playing all right. Oh, that was a big pop by Pastrnak and another one. I'm not sure who laid that hit. I think it was Isamont. Punk ass turtle. Isamont around the net. Can't get it to the wraparound. Gets it to the point. Top of the low circle shot. Fought off by Vanacek. High point, low point. Another throwing down off the low wall. Everybody's getting in the way. Everybody's blocking shots and making saves. Utah finally skating it out of their own zone. Schmitty gets it up ahead. Bad turnover, though. Man, I'm forgetting. I went to the store less than 2 hours ago, or maybe 2 hours ago, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh, yeah, that's right. I got garlic bread. Like, fuck, dude. Yeah. You were there when you got it. Like, come on, man. Anyway, Boston takes the shot from the point. Doesn't make it through to the net. Headed back the other way. A lot of speed coming out of Utah. Not quite enough to beat Boston to the puck. And that's going to end up being an icing on Boston. 1:12 to go in the second period. Shots at 22-19 Bruins. Big hit by Janelle. Led with his hip on Cole. Like that. That's a great job right there to make a hard, clean hit. Bug all the way. Oh, yeah, that'll cause some. Dude, I hate the Bruins so much. Arvidsson 100% deserved worse than what he just got, especially after how McAvoy reacted. "61 seconds to go." Boston plays Florida Tuesday. We're going to watch that game. And then they play Colorado at 3 on Saturday. Might check that game out. Depending on... Oh, no, we won't, because the Saturday-Sunday games for the Golden Knights it's 3 o'clock Saturday, 2 o'clock Sunday. So we will not watch that if that's a 3 o'clock game. Never mind. McAvoy trying to get it to the net. Puck ends up all the way up and out of the zone. Just over 50 seconds to go. Bad decision. That was Pastrnak swings and misses. Trying to move the puck forward off the blue line, but he could have easily skated with it. Shot on Korpisalo goes up and out of play. 39 and a half seconds to go in the second period. See what's happening with Boston. There's Chicago, Anaheim. Jesus. Oh, nothing. Second intermission, huh? I'm kind of curious how that game's been going, because sometimes bottom of the barrel hockey is just as good as number 1 and number 2. Nate Schmidt throws it in from neutral. Settled in the Boston zone. Utah trying to make a move with it. Oh, they're able to keep it in. The line judge. Oh, it's a hand pass. I was wondering what happened. Boston's pissed. I'm curious to see it again if they'll show it. 16 seconds to go in the period. Holy shit, what is going on with me right now? Schmidt in all the way across to the high corner. 8 seconds to go for Boston to try and get it up the ice. Into the zone, chasing into the corner. 1, and that's it. We'll have a couple of words down on the wall. Marino ain't happy. All right, I'm going to take full advantage of this one to go get the food I was supposed to get last time. So here comes the music. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes.
re na re na re भजले राम नाम सुख धाम, भजले राम नाम सुख धाम, भजले राम नाम सुख धाम। तेरा पूरन हो सब काम, तेरा पूरन हो सब काम, भजले राम नाम सुख धाम, भजले राम नाम सुख संत समागम, संत समागम, संत समागम, संत समागम करे निरंतर, संत समागम करे निरंतर, जग से हो उपरात, जग से हो उपरात, ब्रह्मानंद परम पद
Coming back in just a minute. All right, we're coming back. Hang on. Cool. I had to make sure I got some food real quick, man. A taco and some curly fries. Oh. Straight up better than going to Taco Bell and getting tacos with nacho fries or taco fries or whatever the fuck they're called. Puck jumped into the Utah zone, fed out front all the way across, and a good stick interrupts the opportunity for Pasternak. Utah all the way back into the high corner, trying to go out front and off a skate. Schmitty has it, feeds it down the wall, turned over. Boston ices it. Ooh. Damn, that was good. Yeah, like ever since I had that infection thing with my ear and my neck, I haven't been eating. I haven't had energy. I gotta go figure out what the hell's going on. Like I said, I'm already dead, and I got 4 hours till I go to the gym. Utah wins it in the Boston zone. Quick turnover, though. Little shove. Boston's not. Oh, he whiffed on it, but he gets it around the boards on his knees. From the high point to the. Sorry, low point to high corner. Arvidsson. I can't remember. He had an opportunity, but hell of a defensive play to race back. There's got to be another fight. That looked a little trippy. They're just going to start. I'm waiting for them to start kicking the shit out of him right now. He took one of the Boston players straight into Korpisalo. I mean, he definitely bodied the shit out of him. Face off to the left of the Bruins net. That looked like a whole little shot. Someone got a little shot to the head. Went and missed. Puck in the Utah zone. Boston starting to get very physical. They are initiating everything, which I get it. Utah started off being aggressive, so Boston has to respond. Eisenmont keeps it in. Down low, back up to the point, and good sticks by Boston. Vanacek up to the high boards, and Utah cannot control the puck. Guys, figure it out. To the red line and in. Mammoth chasing it down to the high corner. To the high point, right up in front, and they can't figure out how to get past Korpisalo. Back behind the net. Boston feeds it out front, and they're going to get it clear. A little slightly misplayed, but played well enough to keep Boston from having an opportunity. Boston trying to attack, but all their position, there a lot of backhands and hard angles. Utah is doing a really good job keeping them clear of right in front of the net. And a pass takes Boston right out of the zone. Puck comes back out. And Utah not going to be able to get it through neutral. That looked like it could have been too many men. Puck in the low boards in the Utah zone. Poked ahead into the Boston territory. Ooh, Schmaltz making a couple little good plays to put on some pressure, but Boston heads back the other way. Oh, that's offsides. He just hit his teammate. $15:20 to go in the game. Oh. Back behind the Mammoth net. Sorry, it kind of went back and forth. Out front, it got tipped a couple times. Another shot goes off a stick, a swing, and it goes out to the point. Just a puck floating in the air, getting swatted at. Puck back behind Vanacek. Taking the high boards out. Utah does not clear, and then they finally do. Gotta hurry. Toss it towards Korpisalo. He kicks it to the high corner. Puck comes out front. Ooh, and helmet comes off. He needs to get up and go. Get up and go. Offsides. Just a weird looking offsides. That dude just put up a fight, and he got spun around like a top, and his helmet went flying. Shot attempts are 50 to 43 Boston. On goal shots are 23 apiece. 6 minutes gone in the third period. Utah working their way up the high boards. Across the red line and in. Coming around down low, and it's out. That's going to be an icing on Boston. Trying to think if there's anything else I forgot to do. Because like 4 times this game, I'll be like, oh, shit. Oh, we got a penalty. What happened? Maybe we'll get an explanation when we get back. Let's see if I can find one. I'm very confused as to what the penalty was. Slashing? I guess so. Janov, 2 minutes for slashing Tanev. Maybe that's what it was. Instead of they weren't calling offsides, they were calling a slash on the entry. I don't know. Yes, sir. Utah going on a power play. So that might change. But so far, so good. Take a look. Dude, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is testing over at Universal Studios in California. Oh man, I looked away for the replay. Here, I might miss a second or two. Oh, that's what it was. It was a little bit of a nut shot effort. Definitely a cheap shot that needs to catch a penalty. Utah from the red line into the Boston zone and right back out. Dude, somebody, I want to say it was Hurdle, was using a white stick when he came to Vegas. So like at first, the white stick it's like a magic trick, man. It's just the puck suddenly does things and you can't see it. All right, 7 minutes gone in the third period. Utah back from behind their net. Utah, complete a pass, will you? I'm not asking for much here. Utah, complete a pass. I don't count the leaf pass. There you go. There's one. And right back out of the zone. Holy shit. Utah is struggling. Trying to feed it up front. Dude, puck in the middle, race to the boards. Boston's going to get there first. We're back to even strength. What a disappointing power play performance for Utah for this game. I think they might have had one earlier. I think they scored on the power play on that little, but they got lucky because the puck just kind of popped up into the air. Yeah, I was right. The first goal, the one that went off of Cooley's back. Otherwise, their power play has been trash. Geeky makes a little move, but Utah's going to get it not out. There is no sense of urgency for Utah to get the puck out of their zone. Puck to the high boards. In the Utah zone, high corner. Comes out front of the net. Utah's finally going to get clear. Very close to offsides. No call, though. Or gets waved off. Shot. Okay, it did say it hit the crossbar. But I'll give it to Utah. They've shot a lot of pucks high. Skating across the center, not shooting. That was Schmaltz. All the way across. That was a risky pass, and I think Utah's going to pay for it. Nope. Just enough to disrupt it in a way that didn't cost them a 2-on-0. Under 10 minutes to go in the third period. Puck behind the Boston net. And right back out. Into the Utah zone, trying to go out front. Nobody, are not able to get the puck through. Utah has it out of their own territory. At the red line. Into the Boston zone. Feeding it out front. And just could not connect to feed the puck on target. Great steal. Big shot. And they score. Utah putting another one on the board. There was just something about that kind of energy. Like, there's an energy going on right there. Utah was in attack mode. Coming in, trying to feed it out front, missed the net. Okay, don't worry. I'm a back check right here, make one of the greatest steals I've seen all day. Feed it to my boy on the high dot, and he's going to bury this bitch. Oh, look at that. It's exactly what happened. You got to love it. Dylan Gunther. Career high, 27 goals, 33 assists, and 60 points last season. It's funny. I'm like, 27 goals, 33 assists, and 60 points. Oh, really? He had 60 points with that? And it's like, the fuck's the point, dude? It's a goal and an assist. Like, yeah, the 33 plus 20. Anyway. Like, yes, that equals 60. Duh. What a hit. Uh-oh. No stick for Boston. Trying to make the pass. And they don't connect. Oh, my goodness. Utah just... Oof. They had the chance. All the way down, coming up the lower boards. Feed it across. Utah's going to go in. Let's see if Utah can keep this momentum going. Oh, that's not a good way to do it. Turnover going back. I didn't see the defenseman on the low boards. I thought they were in trouble. Puck on the high wall. And it's out. Boston resetting from their own zone. Into Utah's territory. Skated all the way down the low boards, and Utah's going to get it and go the other way. Dump and chase. Schmaltz trying to get it. Fed around the low boards, and Boston gets out. But Mammoth are going to maintain possession. Utah right back in. That should have been a hold. That was a missed penalty. Trying to get it out front. Good sticks by Boston to deny the centering pass. Buck all the way in. 2-on-1 for Boston. And he misses. Holy shit. I can't believe what I just saw from a professional hockey player on that setup. That puck better have been bouncing 90 feet in the air. It was either Minton or 92. Kushner. But what a disaster. What a wasted opportunity. Big cross check. They're going to call him what, offsides? That was a cross check and a half that didn't get called right there. Shots 25-24 Utah. Mammoth leading 3-2 with 6:47 to go in the third period as we go to commercial break. All right. Hasn't been a bad game. Again, I had no idea what to expect. Boston was playing good hockey, and then they met us and took a 2-game shit. And Utah's on a 2-game spree, so interesting. Mm-hmm. Ducks tied on the power play with 35. Oh, Matt Wilson. I appreciate you telling me that. I meant to check in on that game earlier, and I've been slacking my ass off. Let's see it. Where is it? Ducks. That's tomorrow. Ducks. There it is. .1 seconds to go. Face off in the Anaheim zone. Chicago shoots. Oh, big opportunity. Stopped by the Anaheim goalie. 5 seconds left. They'll take the high route out. And we got ourselves playoffs. Fucking hell. Overtime in Chicago. We will have that up on the screen for sure. That was a very good opportunity at the last second right there for Chicago. That could have been deadly. So we've got the overtime window up. Again, Matt, I appreciate that. I've been locked in. Like this game got interesting quick. All right. Utah, Anaheim, Chicago are on a commercial break before overtime. So back to Utah while we wait for that. Boston in their own zone. Passing up the low boards, headed out. Zaka dumps it. Going for the chase down. And Utah's going to come out with it. Can't be doing that. Swinging a whiff, trying to get it dumped into the zone. Boston has it from the low circle. The shot fought off by the skate. All right, puck behind Utah's net. 5:45 to go in the game. Utah through neutral. Good pressure to force an errant pass, but he gets it right back. Oh, and a bad pass to his left. Puts it in the skates of his teammate instead of right on his stick for an easy walk-in. Let's see it. Peeking at the Ducks real quick. Oh, what a goal. That thing left his stick like a bullet. Uh-oh, Utah just committed a penalty. Boston going on the power play as we return for overtime in Chicago. I do want to see this penalty. Face off won by Chicago. They'll control the 3-on-3 first, setting up behind their own net. And we go to a commercial when I want to see the penalty. Shots are 36-25. Anaheim had 22 shots 5 minutes into the second period. Then went about 8 minutes with one shot. That one from Chicago hits a stick, goes up over to the low boards. Chicago behind the Anaheim net, taking it to the high wall. Circling up to the point. Trying again. Shot fought off to the high wall. And Anaheim is headed down. 2-on-2. All the way across. The pass was there. The connection was not. Chicago going back the other way on the low boards. 2-on-1 if they hurry. All the way across. The pass was good, but he couldn't control it. Pass goes all the way back to Knight. In goal for Chicago. Blackhawks circle up again out of their own territory. Into neutral. Red line. High boards. Crossing. He has them, but he doesn't make the pass. He leaves it back instead, and there's hesitation. Chicago hesitating and way too afraid of taking risk. I don't think it was a risk. He had his guy crashing on his right here. Turnover to Anaheim. They shoot. Right up front on the follow-up. And Knight is able to get it covered. Woo! Couple opportunities both ways. Yeah, Bedard got a good shot. Good blocker save by whoever's in there for Anaheim. That was just a terrible decision. Terrible pass. Good shot, good save, good attempt on the rebound to stuff it, and Knight was just chill. Looked a little bit more, whatever. Boston on the power play. Utah clears it all the way behind the net. Chicago entering the zone. Cycling, attacking, to the middle. Puck gets poked all the way wide. 2-on-2 heading back the other way for Anaheim. A good stick. It's going to be 2-on-1 for Chicago. Pass to the right. Shot. And a big save by the Anaheim goaltender. Ducks headed back the other way. 2-on-1. Shoots. And he misses the net. Puck going all the way up the high board. Some big happened in Boston. Or in Utah, sorry. McAvoy on all fours, doubled over. Very curious to take a peek back and see what happened there. Bruins going in, getting an opportunity, not able to close. Meanwhile, Chicago heading back 1-on-1 if they hurry. Shot fought off by the Anaheim goaltender. Bedard trying to get it back to the point. He doesn't. Bedard's going to have to run or else it's 2-on-2 Anaheim. Pass across doesn't connect. Boston into the zone. 45 seconds left on their power play. Meanwhile, Chicago 3-on-1. Can they finally score? Big save. Goaltender comes out front after he dropped the puck. And Chicago wins in overtime over the Anaheim Ducks. What an exciting finish. God bless overtime. Matt Wilson, I greatly appreciate you coming in here and turning us on to overtime. While Boston with a big backhand right in the center gets shut down by Vanacek. Puck gets cleared. 3, 2, 1. Full straight 3:08 to go in the third period. Boston coming back into the Utah zone. Can Utah fight this off for another 3 minutes? Not only to maintain a 3-game win streak for the Mammoth, but as well secure a 3-game losing streak for Boston. Dumped into the zone, right on target. Ooh, a little bit of an aggressive play, trying to swat it out further. It worked out, though. Easily could have caught Vanacek out of position if he was just a little weaker on that pass. Puck behind the Boston net. Utah has it. Throwing it to the middle. It goes up to the point. Schmitty. Puck goes straight up into the air. Back behind the... back into the low corner. Low boards. Out to the low dot. Trying to get it fed across, but too much pressure from Boston. Who puts up Thursday at 6, Anaheim versus Boston? We're watching Anaheim versus Boston. Get that shit off the screen. Thank you. Thank you for telling me about the game we can watch next week. Pasternak able to pick off the pass from Schmitty. Down in the low boards. Schmitty just took dude out. I thought a cross check was coming. No call. A minute 39. Korpisalo's still in net. He's got to be getting clear now. Pasternak shoots, goes off the stick of the man in front of him. That's out. That is 100% offsides. I thought it would be blown dead. It is not. Pop fly, and it goes into the high corner. Boston heading back the other way. A minute 15. At the red line, they lose it. Sent back towards the net. Boston's able to control in their zone. Low boards. All the way across to the center, and Boston turns it over again. Guys. Boston struggling to get across the red line, and it freezes again. Come on, feed. Now that is an icing. 48.7 to go in the third. Again, Chicago coming in overtime after the Ducks tie it up late. Heading back on a 3-on-1 opportunity. Save of the game as of right now is, which one? The double. He saves it here and then saves the rebound. That's a good save. That's a good save of the game. I said Vanacek's done pretty well about recovering from the first shot attempt. I'm going to have to look through the schedule next week because I want at least one expected goalie battle. Like I want at least one game that's going to end 1-0, maybe 2-1. I don't know if I'll actually be able to spot it, but we have a couple games that I'm looking forward to, like Florida and Boston and who was it? Detroit and was it Detroit, Colorado? Maybe I can't remember. Boston wins it, and the Utah zone stuffed at the blue line. That's offsides. That absolutely offsides. And in the panic, it looks like one of the Utah players got hurt. Not surprising considering Charlie McAvoy's a punk ass. But he plays for Boston. Capital T twat is required if you're going to play for the Bruins. All right, Utah wins it. Empty, net's still empty for Boston. Pass coming up ahead. Oh, nope, it's not empty. And a good thing it wasn't, because otherwise that would have been game. Ooh, that was a bit of a trip. They'll let him play on. 20 seconds. 5-on-5 at the moment. Finally, Korpisalo should be headed to the bench. 14 seconds. Down in the low corner. Fed out front. Fought away by Vanacek up to the high point. Right in the middle, Pasternak shoots. His body's out front. And Utah is going to clear, and that will do it. For this one, Utah wins 3-2 over Boston. Nuts, man. Just absolutely wild. My dad and I were talking about Boston and how well they've been playing. And that was before they played us. And then they played us, and now they've lost 3 in a row. So, ha, 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 ha. Gotta love it. And then shout out to the Jesus coming under that 6.5. I told you, I was like, man, 6.5's a really good line because the teams like to score, but only one of them has, over the last couple games, like they've alternated someone scoring. Yeah, he was still in the box. But, all right, NFL is at halftime, so I think I'm going to go make up those jalapeno cheddar brats and enjoy whatever there is to enjoy that involves football. So, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. But Jesus, big shout out to you, buddy, for coming through on your 6.5. And I think that will do it, y'all. Be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the Golden Knights. Hurricanes at the Golden Knights. And then Tuesday, I already forgot what the Tuesday game is, but I'll let y'all know tomorrow. Have a good night, y'all.